Nick pick.
Alright, good evening everybody. I'm Andy David. So everybody knows that the way we meet people and the dating scene's completely changed, let's just say over the last decade. There's thousands and thousands of online dating sites and apps that really anybody can sign up for. So I wanted to do some research to see how many people experience running across a predator on these kinds of sites. You know, too many people, young people and adults, are already being preyed on by these people without the help of social media, and these sites are just making it easier for them because of their lack of security. And because of this, and then allowing these predators on these sites, they then use the lack of education that our youth has against them to their advantage. So I really wanted to share some statistics I found and go over some possible solutions for this major issue. You know, online dating sites make the lifestyle of a predator way too easy, and it helps them find their next potential victims. On these apps and sites, you can use any picture you want. You can say your name is whatever you want your name to be, and there's really no way of knowing who you're talking to is who they say they are. And according to Victoria King, there's, quote, more than 500,000 predators online every day, end quote. And on top of that, she says, quote, 89% of all sexual advances toward children take place in internet chat rooms and through instant messaging, end quote. And you know, since these predators can use any picture, any age, any name, they can say their sexual orientation is something different. You know, Stephen Loda points out that once a child or an adult is fooled by this false information, that's when the predator starts, quote, building up relationships with the children and teens online, and eventually setting up a time to meet them, at which point the physical abuse takes place and it's too late to prevent it, end quote. To go along with Loda, the NCA says that 72% of these online sexual assaults happen at one of the individual's home, which the victims do agree to meet, but under completely false pretenses and false information. You see, these apps and sites don't verify any of the information that they are given. A 16-month investigation by Columbia Journalism Investigations found that all of these apps and sites that were run under the Match Group did not conduct any criminal background checks or any verification checks on their users, but instead having them essentially promise that they have never been convicted of a crime by signing the user agreement. That was their promise. And because of that, the NCA says that, quote, it has been found that 47% of assailants who used online dating sites to connect with their victims also had a previous conviction, end quote. So over half of these people broke their promise. What a surprise, am I right? So you see, there are so many reasons why these online sites and apps really need to be more proficient with their security and verifying and confirming that the information that's being submitted to them is accurate. Because not only a child, a young adult, but literally anybody can ultimately end up being physically attacked because of this false information they're allowing on these sites and apps. But they can end up being scammed, stalked, or humiliated. It's a proven fact that people make fake profiles to get information on somebody or to get revenge on somebody or get money out of somebody. They made a whole show about it. It's called Catfish. I'm sure you've heard. And what they do is they gain your trust, and then they'll get these personal pictures of you, or they'll get money from you, and the next day you'll end up seeing your pictures all over social media, all over the internet, or the next day you give them money and then suddenly they disappeared. So the loophole that these sites and apps are creating for predators like these is just huge. And it can and does lead to very harmful and hurtful situations. So as a solution, I really think that these apps and sites and chat rooms really need to up their security. And in addition, I think that schools need to implement some kind of class that teaches our youth how to be really proficient on the internet, you know, to know the signs of an online predator and what to do if they are ever confronted with one. It really wouldn't be hard to, you know, put more extra measures online or to implement a class into a school curriculum. You know, these sites can use your last four of your social and your name to go through any public records to see if there's any criminal activity on your record. And middle schools and high schools can implement maybe 2 classes a semester, just 2 classes a semester, to really make sure that our kids are informed and they know how to handle themselves on the internet. This is both a very practical and desirable solution. I mean, the solution allows for everybody to feel more safe online when they're chatting, and really the only people that would have an issue or be negatively affected by this solution would be the online predators who could no longer falsify information of themselves. So as a community, I really think that, you know, individually we just need to make sure that the people that we care about, the young people that we know the dangers of being online, and make sure that they know that if anything suspicious happens to them, they can come to us right away without any judgment. And you know what, I really think that these online sites and apps just are making it way too easier for predators to do what they're doing. And I challenge the online sites and apps to up their security, and I challenge schools to really make sure that our youth knows what's going on and knows how to make sure that they're safe when they're online. So thank you everybody for listening, and I am looking forward to hearing what you guys did some research on. Thank you.